Monet's Water Lilies series, together with the water garden he created at Giverny, stands as one of the greatest achievements of Impressionism. More than a vast body of paintings, it was the work into which Monet poured the final 30 years of his life, uniting gardening and painting into a single artistic vision. In 1883, Monet settled in the small town of Giverny, northwest of Paris. 10 years later, in 1893, he purchased a plot of land across the railway tracks. After receiving permission to divert water from the nearby Epte River, he dug an artificial pond. This became the famous Water Garden. Inspired by Japanese ukiyo-e prints, Monet built a small, green, arched bridge over the pond. It would later become the world-famous Japanese Bridge. Around it, he planted bamboo, wisteria, willow trees, and countless water lilies. Monet's goal was simple: to create the perfect outdoor studio. Over the final 3 decades of his life, Monet painted roughly 250 water lily paintings. Together, they record one of the greatest transformations in art history, from impressionist observation to near abstraction. So what exactly did Monet paint in the water lilies? A fleeting moment, captured forever. Monet was not painting the flowers themselves. He was painting light, atmosphere, and the passage of time. The same pond appeared pale blue and lavender in the morning mist, emerald green and bright white beneath the midday sun, and golden yellow with deep violet tones at sunset. Today, I'd like to share what I consider the 16 most beautiful water lilies paintings by Claude Monet. Among them, the most spectacular are the monumental water lilies of his final years. These works represent the peak of the entire series. On November 12th, 1918, the day after World War I ended, Monet decided to donate a group of monumental water lilies murals to the French state as a symbol of peace. The paintings were eventually installed in 2 oval galleries at the Orangerie Museum. 8 vast canvases unfold along the curved walls surrounding the viewer. Natural light enters from above, shifting with the weather of Paris. Inside these rooms, there is neither a beginning nor an end. Visitors seem gently immersed in Monet's water garden at Giverny, entering a space that feels almost infinite. Pink Water Lilies, 1897-1899, Galleria Nazionale d'Arte Moderna e Contemporanea, Rome. The aquatic plants have not yet filled the composition. Monet captures delicate pink petals in the morning light. The painting reveals his first exploration of water's luminous surface. The Water Lily Pond, Green Harmony, 1899, National Gallery, London. This painting centers on the iconic Japanese bridge. The entire scene becomes a symphony of green. Willow branches intertwine with the lilies below. Layers of paint create a space that feels deep and tranquil. Monet's treatment of light on the bridge railing is remarkably refined. Water Lilies and the Japanese Bridge, 1899, Princeton University Art Museum. Compared with Green Harmony from the same year, the light here is brighter. Sunlight filters through the trees, scattering warm highlights across the bridge and water. The painting reveals Monet's sensitivity to changing midday light. The Japanese Bridge, 1899, National Gallery of Art, Washington. The vegetation appears even more lush and untamed. The bridge is nearly swallowed by cascading wisteria and wild reeds. The boundary between human design and nature begins to disappear. The Japanese Footbridge and the Water Lily Pool, Giverny, 1899. Philadelphia Museum of Art. The bridge serves as the backbone of the composition. It divides the scene between dense foliage above and floating lilies below. Rich brushwork balances classical structure and impressionist color. The Water Lily Pond, 1900. Art Institute of Chicago. Monet moves closer to the water. Irises emerge from the edges of the canvas, while the pond dominates the view. Reflected clouds and floating vegetation create increasingly complex layers. The Water Lily Pond, Pink Harmony, 1900. Musée d'Orsay. One of the museum's most celebrated masterpieces, Monet shifts the palette toward warm pinks and deep purples. The pink lilies echo the evening sky reflected in the water, creating a dreamlike mood. Water Lilies, 1904, Musée d'Art Moderne, André Malraux, Le Havre. The Japanese bridge disappears completely. Monet now focuses entirely on the water itself, without horizon or shoreline. The lilies float like islands, reflecting faint glimmers of light. A new exploration of space begins. Water Lilies, 1904, Private Collection. This version emphasizes the changing light across the water. Short, loose brush strokes create horizontal ripples. Light seems to bounce between the water and its reflections, creating fluid movement of color. The Water Lily Pond, 1904, Denver Art Museum light enters diagonally from the upper right. Dark reflections of shoreline trees spread across the pond like a curtain. Golden highlights create a dramatic contrast of light and shadow. Water Lilies, 1906, Art Institute of Chicago. By this time, Monet had fully mastered the challenge of painting the pond. All solid forms disappear. The water becomes a deep blue-green field. Elongated clouds drift above clusters of lilies, suspended in an abstract space. The Water Lily Pond, 1907, Israel Museum. Monet adopts an unusual vertical composition. At sunset, a warm orange band of light stretches across the water. The pond glows with crimson and violet tones while the lilies become dark silhouettes. Water Lilies, Detail, 1914-1917, D. Young Museum, San Francisco. Created during World War I, this monumental canvas marked Monet's return to large-scale painting. Though titled Detail, it stands as a major work in its own right. As cataracts affected his vision, his brushwork became bolder and more expressive. Water Lilies, 1916, National Museum of Western Art, Tokyo. A massive square canvas measuring 2 by 2 meters. The painting is dominated by deep blues and purples. The pond appears bottomless. Sweeping lines form reflections of weeping willows, revealing a world both sorrowful and powerful. Water Lilies, Evening, 1920 to 1926, Musée de l'Orangerie. One of the treasures of the Orangerie's panoramic installation. At 2 meters high and 6 meters long, the canvas is immense. The setting sun melts into the dark water like liquid fire. Yellow-orange tones collide with deep green shadows. This is Monet's final masterpiece. Water Lilies, Clouds, 1920-1926. Musée de l'Orangerie, also housed at the Orangerie, 2 meters high and nearly 13 meters long. Pale clouds drift across the water, opening silver-white paths through the surface. Standing before it, viewers seem to dissolve into the boundless universe Monet created from light, water, and time. Beyond painting and gardening, I am good at nothing. His water garden was nature shaped by his own hands. His water lilies were the eternal light and reflections he left behind with a brush. aClimax. Enjoy masterpieces from the world's great collections. Discover their stories. Reflect on their meaning. I'm Brother Gao. Thank you for your likes, follows, saves, and shares. I'll continue bringing you more extraordinary masterpieces from around the world.